You know, we've been looking for an opportunity to do a classic Fozzie Bear on stage diorama for a while.
Yeah, and Gallery 1988's latest show just gave us that opportunity.
So I'll be going over how I put Fozzie together in just a bit. Here I bulked up the armature with core wool, and I'm covering it with some Fozzie brown. But we should talk about the gallery show.
Yes, because Gallery 1988's latest show is called Off the Leash. Now, when we got the brief, it was called Creatures. But name change notwithstanding, the show basically celebrates animal characters from movies and TV. Anybody from Snoopy to Scooby, Chewbacca to Cujo, Stuart Little to King Kong. You know, as long as it's some sort of pop culture animal, it's fair game.
And Fozzie is a bear.
Yeah, a comedy bear.
Yeah.
One of our favorite comedians and one of our favorite bears.
Yes.
And ever since we did that Kermit and Fozzie diorama for a previous gallery show, we have wanted to do a standalone, stand-up comic Fozzie on stage mini diorama.
Yeah.
And now we have the chance.
To make his fingers, I rolled some wool into little hot dogs and needled them so they would hold their shape. Then I just attached the fingers to the hand. I'll leave a link in the info to a more detailed hand tutorial I did. When the hands are done, I just slip them onto the armature like gloves and needle them into place.
I know that a lot of people associate Fozzie with stale jokes that bomb.
Yeah.
Because there are always two expert-level hecklers in the balcony.
Right. Or bombing at the El Sleazo Cafe in the Muppet movie.
Yeah. But, you know, comedy's subjective. One person's stale joke is another person's gutbuster.
Right.
And I think that a lot of people might have forgotten that for the entire first season of The Muppet Show, the opening theme would pause for a few seconds so that Fozzie, at the start of every show, could do an opening joke.
And they were funny.
He killed it every week. The crowd laughed, no heckling, and they were legitimately funny jokes.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll needle felt the eyes, but this time you wanted to sculpt them out of clay.
Yeah, I just wanted that puppety ping pong ball look to his eyes.
Yeah.
You know, with a little bit of a shine so that they'd stand out from his fur.
And I like the way they look.
Here's a tool tip. Michelle got me this Dremel workstation for Christmas, and it made this project go a little smoother and a little faster. And I recommend this workstation to anyone who uses a Dremel in their shop. It basically turns your handheld rotary tool into a stationary grinder, a drill press, an ersatz lathe in some instances, a mount for your flex shaft. I honestly couldn't have finished this project as quickly without it. So thank you.
Oh, of course.
And as long as we're talking about Christmas gifts, that long-lost friend studio logo plaque that you see in the background, that was sent to us at the holidays from a friend of the channel. And I think...
We were speechless.
I'm clearly still speechless.
Yes.
That's a handcrafted piece that when we first opened it, I thought, is this a laser cutter? But then you said, I think he used a scroll saw.
Yeah.
And that's when we realized just how much time and patience this piece took.
And he used a wood burner for some of the text.
Right. It's too much.
Yeah.
This is the second time a friend of the channel has sent something to us. And it really just floors us that people could be so generous with their time.
Yeah.
So thank you for that.
Yes, thank you. We bounce back and forth when we do these mini dioramas. Sometimes you do most of the work on the main figure and I'll work on the base.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's the other way around.
Yeah, but we really mix it up a lot of the time.
Yeah, but with this Fozzie, since I was doing a good portion of the sculpting, your job was coming up with the base.
Yeah, and I was really looking forward to that.
Okay.
It's basically the stage at the Muppet Theater. Same colors, deep red and gold, with the classic floorboards. I had a lot of fun. And I was really eager to figure out how to scratch build Fozzie's microphone. Again, a lot of Dremel work with both wood and metal. And no, I didn't cut myself.
Good.
And yes, I wore safety goggles.
Good. All right, let's start the show.
Oh, hey, ladies and gentlemen, our next comedian spent his last hibernation period working on his tight five. He never pandas to the audience, and while his comedy may be polarizing, most of the time it's just grisly. Put your hands together for Fozzie Bear! Yeah!
Hey! Come in! Thank you, and thank you! Hey, I was at an art gallery the other day, and I asked an employee if I was allowed to take pictures. She said no, they have to stay on the wall. Waka waka!
He's killing it!
Yeah.
And with bears, that's not always a good thing.
No. And that was our friend Owen McCuen, once again lending his vocal talents.
Yes, and we'll put his details down in the info. Also in the info, we'll link to the Gallery 1988 show, Off the Leash. There's a lot of great pieces in there, both 2D and 3D, so go check that out.
Yeah.
Our piece is titled Waka Waka, but you can find it if you search for Long Lost Friend Studio.
And we'll also drop a link here to some of the other Muppet stuff we've had fun with.
Yeah.
I'm glad we finally got to do this piece.
Me too.
Fozzie, doing stand-up. It's his natural habitat.
Yeah, and for most bears, that's the woods and nature. For Fozzie, it's 2 shows a night at the Moonglow Lounge with a matinee on Sundays.